Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing BIOS Origins. And well, right now it seems like the Hobbit, the green player, he's sitting here in Australia and it seems like he might be in the best position. On the map he is doing okay with 3 pieces, which is fine. Only yellow is actually ahead, or let's say orange. Orange is doing much better here. He's controlling basically whole Asia and even he managed to go to North America. So yeah, he's obviously in a better map position, but remember that doesn't give you any points. If you have cities, you get points, and the only one who has, but only later in the game, and the only one who has cities right now is green. He's holding a single city here, but the cities are not that important at the moment either. Technological, it's also green who's clearly ahead. He is here already at alphabet and numbers, while the others are still just storytelling. Here he's at the slash and burn agriculture, while the others are still hunter and gatherers. So there's definitely also an advantage. He also has a higher diversity. So it seems like green is really rocking it. A big advantage is the high number of pawns and free will. He's got overall 4 pawns and free will, while the others have 2 at best. And the reason for that is he's got this action here, that one, the abstraction that came with the tally sticks. That is just a fantastic action which allows him to generate more and more of these pawns. And the others will have a hard time to catch up with him. Okay, so right now black is also in this problematic situation here. So I think what he's trying to do for now is he's just placing a pawn here. Maybe he can get the Eureka, which gives him a prayer. Maybe someone else helps him there. But in general, he might be even more interested to increase his information status. And one way is, if you're lucky and get a good card like this guy did with his tally sticks, that allowed him to increase the information status with an action. But most people cannot do it that simple. They have to use the library action to do that. It's shown this is this kind of stylized column here. And that action basically says you have to remove a number of elders from the market equal to your current information stage, and then you can improve your information stage by 1. So I think some people might want to try that right now, because it helps a lot having more elders and having a higher information stage. Remember, that indicates the maximum number of elders you can move or generate with a single specialize action, and it also limits your ideas. So you can only have number of ideas equal to this. So that is a key factor, and yeah, maybe people kind of neglected that for too long, or ignored that for too long. So that was the specialize action. Now we can migrate, and it's a little tricky here. I'm not sure where I want to go. maybe I just want to stay there. I could go here and grab a little bit of additional space, but that might make me vulnerable to his preaching attacks here. I'm not sure if I want to allow that. Because I'm planning to use an art action here to bring that mysticism pawn as a potential elder to free will. So then if I would, let's say if I move here, for example, to secure a little more territory, this guy could basically do a preach action against me, because then I have lower mysticism than he does. And yeah, I kind of want to avoid that. So I think for now, I will not move at all. However, I'm going to do this war action, or this, that art action. I'm going to go simply here. So now I got a second elder, or potentially a second elder, and I hope that will help me. We'll see. So, next, this guy here. What's his plan? Well, I guess he's gonna take this one. This is a really good card. If he does, he only has also this information limit of 1. He might have to discard this card. But first of all, he got the Eureka effect, which allows him to increase his metallurgy, which is a good thing. He gets an artisan action. He can increase his energy, and under specific circumstances, he might be able, for example, if he builds a city here, he can increase his metallurgy even further. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to grab this card. So the other people also get now an increase in metallurgy. It's the white and the green one. And this guy, of course, too. So we are now all in this Chalcolithic age. And yeah, then of course we get the card, and we fulfill the requirement of an energy status of 4. And that's the pit-fired oven. Earthen pits lined with stones and warmed with hot coals were used to cook mammoth meat. Nice. So yeah, you can see here we got 3 actions available now. And we got to discard this card. So we're no longer preaching here. And some people might be relieved here. But yeah, as I said, I hope I can advance further with these new options here. So this goes onto the so-called lore deck over here. Then I have the option to spread or to attack. And that is something I want to do. So the question is, where do I want to go? I cannot go here because I have a footprint of 1, and then I would be in the same hex with this guy and I would die. But I could go here, for example, and I will do so. And the last thing I can do is now I can choose if I want to increase my energy by 1. I could use the artisan action, which could be an interesting choice. Or I could build a city and increase my metallurgy by 1, which is also nice. You know, I think I'm going to actually do an artisan action, which allows me to place a single pawn on, well, basically somewhere, and that would give me the option to do next time the library action or to challenge the god. So we'll see. The question is just, where do I want to go? Is that important? I don't know. I don't want to go here, because if he then does the invent action, this pawn is removed again. And this time I want to keep him on the map, so I don't know. I might as well go here, right? It's not that important, I guess. Just got to make sure that I'm the first one here. Okay, now this is it. And we come to the Neanderthal player. And he's also doing pretty poorly. Neanderthal is not in a good shape here. I think what I'm going to do is, although I don't like it terribly, you know, I'm considering, I would love to get the skin bow, because it gives me a negotiation, which is a great catch-up option. But I don't fulfill the requirement of a footprint of 2. And I can know it's hard to get there right now. There is nothing, I mean, there is this here, but you know, you need a third guy to get there, and it's really tough. So I don't really see that. I think I'm gonna go here for now on this boat, the Atze Dugout or whatever. Does it help me terribly? Well, at least it gives me a maritime, and it gives Eureka, and it would give me an artisan option, which is good. You are a little more flexible with your elders then. So yeah, maybe this is the best right now out there for me. Spreading isn't possible. I'm already in a little bit of trouble here. You know, I'm very much only Northern and Western Europe, and that's all where I can be. And there come these guys, and if they start attacking or something, I will be in a lot of trouble very soon. I already have some chaos, so that's another issue here. So the guy could actually do an attack. We would both lose, but I would end up with a revolution. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad for me after all. So yeah, maybe he would actually help me with that. I'm not sure though. Let's see. I could do an art action. Now that he can no longer preach, maybe it makes sense trying to get a third elder. Oh man, I made a mistake. Actually, I was not allowed to place 2 elders here. I'm only allowed to place 1 here because my information is still 1. Boy. So do I need another elder? I don't have a feeling like that would help me a lot right now. I think I can still do the art action in the next turn. I cannot spread anyways, so I'm gonna keep that mysticism guy for now. Okay, that's the end of my turn, and now it's him again, and he is obviously in a great shape here. With his information value of 3, he can now place 3 elders. For example, we got this one here, the hallucinogens. They give you a Eureka as a prayer, and they also allow you a prayer action, which gives you chaos. It's kind of it's a little troubling, but anyways, in this way he could increase his mysticism quite easily, and that's what gives you a lot of points early in the game. So he might actually go for that. It's a strong card. So I think he's going to place 3 of his elders there. Try to get that. I mean, on the other hand, well, I mean, Marine could be also interesting for him. He's sitting down here, a little bit isolated. But, you know, maybe if he goes here, he might be able to get a Marine as a Eureka effect or something. Maybe, we'll see. I can again do an abstraction action, which is so strong for me. So I bring my last guy from vocabulary up here. I still have 1 in emotions, but I'm pretty sure that's not a problem right now. Then I have the option to do an artisan action. So that allows me to bring another elder somewhere. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna, I don't know exactly where to place him. Maybe challenging the gods would be helpful. On the other hand, I might also consider, you know what, I'm gonna place him here. Either this guy takes the card and I get an additional Marine. Technology, which is fine. Yeah, that would allow me, for example, to go here. I mean, I don't know if I really need that at the moment. Maybe I prefer to challenge the gods next turn, and then I want someone on that card. So I want to be the first on the card so that nobody else can take it away from me, and that the elder doesn't end in my free will again. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna go it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I think I'm simply gonna go here. For now, that's okay. And as a last action, I can do another cultivate action. So I'm gonna build a city here, and with the cook bananas here. So there we are. And I could have spread, by the way. I think I should have done that maybe. Yeah, I forgot to do that. I think I want to spread and move right here. I'm totally fine. I got a footprint of 3. So even though there are now 2 pieces in this hex, no problem for me. I could imagine that most people will now do a library action because they have to get the option to move a little more elders. So this guy definitely does. He simply removes his pawn, goes into free will. That gives him an additional, goes now up to art and symbols. And well, then what can he do? I mean, he could spread, yes, but it doesn't really help. I don't see a lot of options here for him. I mean, maybe going here isn't a bad idea. In this way, he kind of holds this hex. And now there's no threat from anyone that might preach or something. So I think that is probably a better position. Slightly better. And this is pretty much it. So I think the same here. I guess I'm going to do a library action for now. I'm going to remove this guy simply, put him here. My thing goes up to art and symbols here, my information, and then I'm allowed to spread. And I still can, actually. I can take, for example, this guy from here and move here. I'm not sure why I didn't do that last time, but not that important. So yeah, I'm sitting now here, and then I have the option to again increase my energy, do an artisan action, or build a city. And you know, I really got a feeling I want to do another artisan action, simply because that will give me then the option to challenge the gods in the next turn. I think I might want to try that. So we're going to simply place a single guy here. Remember, the artisan allows you to place a single guy, while the invention, the specialized action, allows you to place as many as you have information. Okay, and well, we just continue here. At the moment, not too much interesting stuff is happening. This guy also tries to simply increase his this information. I think that is really vital for people now. And then he could spread, but still he's kind of stuck here in Northern Europe, so there is nothing basically he can do. Yeah, he's in a bad position, you know. He's in a lot of trouble, definitely. I'm actually considering maybe, but even challenging the gods is more than questionable. This guy has a lot of elders out here. He could simply outbid me. So I don't want to really do that at the moment. Next turn, it's maybe more promising. So I think I'm gonna keep it that way for now. I'm just in a bad position, and that's all there is. I don't know, man. Maybe I could consider an election. You know, I'm actually thinking about doing this. I'm leaving this guy out here. I think this is the better way for me. I'm leaving this guy out here. I'm not sure. I think he was here, right? I'm not totally sure though. Was he there? Probably he was. I think he was there, but I don't remember. Was he? No, I think he was actually here. Yeah. And I will do an election here. Now, it comes again to a revolution, and the first thing you have to do is you got to quell the dissidents. And we have a single guy, we have a single dissident, and for each dissident, you have to remove an elder, which is, or you have to destroy a city. That's not great. I forgot about that. We have to remove that elder. This kind of sucks. Still, I think I want to do that. I'm going to remove that elder. He goes back in here. Damn it, I really have to think that through. Just that's tricky. You know what? I think for now, I'm not going to do a revolution or something. I think right now, I'm going to actually do this. The library action, simply remove the elder from here, increase the information, and then I might consider going here and grabbing, doing a prayer, and maybe then creating a third elder or with the art action. I might even do that right now, by the way. Then I would have, I think that's what I have to do, yeah. So I'm going to do an art action, and I'm going to remove this guy from here. That gives me now a third elder, and that gives me more options. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel very, very limited in my options, you know, and there is not a lot going on. I'm in a bad position on the map here. And also this, it all doesn't look convincing at all. And it's hard to get better. It feels it's very hard to catch up in this game sometimes. But maybe we'll find a way. Okay, again, it's this guy here. He's in such a good shape right now. He can spread with his first action. I didn't do that last time. Maybe I should have. And, I know I could simply move here, for example. That would just be fine. And then, as a second action, I can do an invention again, and I will. So we're gonna, oh, wait a minute. I'm not gonna do that, by the way. I'm not gonna do all this. You know what I want to do is, I want to challenge the gods again. That is even better. So at the very beginning now, I'm gonna challenge the gods and hope, yeah, that I get something good. Okay, now, that isn't too great for me, right? Because I'm an industrial guy, and this is cultural, or it is politics. I could bid on that, but then I would have to do a revolution, and I could do it, but I don't think I want to. I'm gonna have to check this out. Right now, I got to take a closer look on that. Maybe it's not that bad an idea, but I don't know, you know. We'll see. First of all, we do the effects. This is a warming here, this symbol. And now what we got to check is if this is a Milankovitch cycle, so if this is a big climate change, and we got to draw another card from the Epoch deck here. And if this is again a warming, which it isn't, we would have had some massive, I don't know, glacial melting or something. This way it's just a single one. It's an ice that becomes water, basically. And, yeah, where do we want to place that? We can take any ice sheet somewhere and place it on a blue hex. I mean, what we could do is we could place, for example, this thing here. That would cut him off, and then he could not, this guy would be safe, right? Then we could help him to save him and maybe balance things out a little more over there. But, you know, I mean, I could do it. Maybe I should actually do it. So orange doesn't get too strong, because orange can improve his metallurgy, and then they could attack here and pretty much kill off the Neanderthal and become even stronger. On the other hand, I could say, hey, that's not... I could also maybe do some damage here if I if I place some water here or here. Hard to tell. Really hard to tell. you know, I kind of want to stop the expansion of yellow a little bit, or of orange a little bit. So we're going to take this guy from down here, and I'm actually going to place it here. So so he cannot move along this space, at least for the moment, right? And that's I think that's a good thing. Okay, yeah, exactly, we're challenging the gods. Now, the next thing is pollution, and here I gotta check what it actually says. We got that big sheet here with all the symbols, and here a big flow chart, but it's actually not too bad. So the pollution, it says if your urbanization is greater than your energy stage, then suffer 1 chaos plus expand 1 elder or destroy 1 city. Well, my urbanization is 2, my energy stage is 4, so no pollution problem right now. And yeah, that's do we want this thing? This is the big question. If I bid on that, I have to spend elders, basically. At least 1, right? I mean, nobody can bid more than 1. So I got to spend 1 elder. The Eureka effect would not be interesting because I already have 4 as an energy. There is no requirement, so therefore that's something I could do. But as I already said, I had to do a revolution. Which means I basically have to change my government. I could choose if I wanted to change it into culture or into politics. But honestly, I mean, the actions that I get are not super interesting. This is a preach action, which is nice, but I'm totally isolated, so I don't need it. This would be another spread action, which I don't need either. I could build a few cities. The artisan is a good action. Okay, great. The artisan would be fine. The problem is, I would also lose some ideas because, well, yeah, obviously I cannot carry them all over. Some of them are these 2 here. You can see here the different color. These are ideas that have a political side on the other side, and that one here would be cultural. So I mean, I don't know the actions. Maybe I'm gonna check it out and then we'll see. I mean, this is a maritime action. That's a good one, but I don't really need that anymore at the moment. That also not too impressive, and that one, I mean, that one would be nice, no doubt here. If I would become cultural, I could start cultivating these spaces here. That might be actually an option. The problem is, if I want to do that, I could not get this card anymore, right? Because this is... so I don't know. I want this card because I want to do prayer actions. I want to get the victory points here. So I don't know. I have a feeling that right now I don't want this. Right now I don't want that change. I think for now, I just gotta make sure that it stays in the right order. I think for now I'm not interested in this card. It would give me a diversity icon. That would be cool. That would be definitely a benefit. But apart from that, I think I'd not really need this. So I think I'm not gonna bid on that. So now this guy could bid on this thing. That is him. And, well, I mean, for him, it's a different story, right? he could use that thing. The artisan action is great. So I guess he's gonna take it. He bids $1. He doesn't profit from the Eureka either, but I think it's still worth it. It's an additional action, and the artisan action is not bad at all. And does he really want to take that thing? Yeah, I think he wants to take it. It's cool to have an artisan action down here, because in this way you can basically place an elder on one of these lower ones and then immediately do an invent action afterwards and get the card. So that's kind of sweet. So yeah, I think that's okay for him. So that was the challenging of the gods, and his action continues, right? So it wasn't too great after all, but okay. So now he wants to spread, and we already did that here. No, I didn't. I want to move down here actually with my spread action. Now we can do the invention action, and I'm going to take these 3 elders back, and they're going to go up here. And I get the hallucinogens, and they give me a Eureka of a prayer. So I can bring the last guy from my emotions now into here, which is obviously just great. And let's read that. The bizarre human fascination with psychotropic drugs may stem from a period when the previous decision-making mental architecture was breaking down, and drugs were a desperate attempt to rekindle this state of mind. The first fantasies may have been hallucinations. Okay, so yeah, we definitely want that stuff. The problem is we can only have 3 technologies, but we can easily now discard the tally sticks. And I realized I put them now in the wrong order. This was actually at the top, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. So we discard the tally sticks, and this thing is then placed here instead. Oh gosh, this is, all with your left hand, this becomes pretty difficult, but okay. So I cannot use these 2 actions. I'm already everywhere there at the maximum, basically. Okay, this is it. And we can continue here now. So we could now spread again. And let me see if I can do that. I got a footprint of 3. So yeah, I definitely can. Let me see. I could, for example, move another guy here. That would be perfect for me. And then I can do an artisan collection. So place another one of these guys. Not sure where actually. Hard to tell. Is there anything I'm interested in at the moment? I mean, I could place him here. If I get the Maritime 1 Eureka, that's kind of sweet. And I can then simply discard the card. But it doesn't hurt. And, well, seems like we're pretty much done everywhere, and now I can do another preach action, and I might as well wait a little bit with that. I'm in a solid position right now. The preach action gives me, or the prayer action gives me chaos, and I don't know if I want to take that risk at the moment. Probably not. Especially because I'm already ahead here. Oops. So, you know, I think for now I can wait. And I'm just in a very, very strong position. No reason to hurry to do. I mean, just doing perfectly fine. And we'll see a new card here. Bone dwelling. And there we go. Okay, this is it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm in a really bad position. It's there's not a lot I can do. I could go here trying to create maybe another priest with the Eureka action. This is all such a slow process, and it really doesn't help me a lot. I don't know, maybe I should challenge the gods next turn or something. I'm just not in a really good position at all. Okay. Well, let me see him here. He's got now a couple of additional options. Maybe for him it's more interesting. He could say, okay, he does that. He can do the artisan action now. And, well, I mean, this is all not great what we see down here. However, he could steal a card now. That's kind of interesting. He could actually steal a card, because he can now simply place a guy somewhere and then simply take the card immediately, because he has the artisan action before the invention action. That's a very interesting point, actually. Yeah, that might piss off a lot of other people. Wow, this is super strong. And by the way, I forgot to read this thing. This is the pyrotechnology. Fire had been incidentally used for a million years, but the Neanderthal were the first to have consistent use of this technology and may have been able to start fires. And maybe letting him have the car, I don't know. I mean, this is a very strong option for him now. This artisan action before the invent action, this makes it a very strong thing, because now he can simply say, okay, I'm going to go here and steal the card from you, and yeah, it's just bad luck for you. And I might actually consider doing this, because there is not that much else for me to do right now. So the Eureka, I mean, they're both not bad. I could grab the Eureka here, the prayer, which might be neat. Or I could grab the Maritime +1 action. Does that help me terribly at the moment? Well, I mean, I could reach this space, but I'm not in trouble, I'm not, by no means, I'm lacking room or something. So I think actually I might simply go here and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to steal that card. I'm going to go there. I'm going to do an invent action. And now this card goes away. And you lose your 2 pawns. And we both get a Eureka. And I don't need that card. Well, in the end he also didn't, probably. But hey, I think this is still not bad. We're going to discard this card. And that allows me then to bring one of these guys in here, which is a good thing, I could do an art action. Well, no, I couldn't. But still, it's a good thing to have one more priest. Okay, nice. Then I can spread. But I don't really see, I mean, maybe, oh, I don't really see a way where to go. But, oh wait, no, I can't, I think. Maybe down there. If I go here, no, probably not. But I can now build a city, and I think this is something I eventually want to do. The reason is it will increase my metallurgy, and I think that's very strong. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to build a city here. I fulfill the requirement of the 2 technology, of the 2 metallurgy, and you can see here it has to be, you can see the symbol here, it has to be a metal city. So no luxury like this, or it has to be this metal symbol here. So yeah, I'm gonna use this guy, and I will build a city here. And now that means I kind of learned something or so, and my metallurgy goes up to the Bronze Age, and that might bring some sweating to this guy, for example, because now I could do an attack maybe, but on the other hand I'm too far away here, so, but it's something I wanted to do anyways. But on the other hand, I think I don't want to do that. I think I can do that later. I don't see really that much advantage in this. I think for now I'm going to stay here. Instead, I'm going to place another, I'm going to use the artisan action here, and I want to place I don't know, man. My idea was to maybe challenge the gods by placing a guy out here, and I still think that's what I want to do. I don't know, but I only have a single one there. The others will probably place more. So no, I think I'm going to go with the city instead. Or I could simply increase my energy. Maybe that's even better. I'm going to increase my energy, because that means now I can walk between ice and uninhabitable. So I can now, for example, I could now move across this, because I got the windmill and watermill. Okay. So now I'm allowed to move along here, and if I can increase now my metallurgy next turn, then I might really do attacks. Apart from that, I now have a range of 5, which means I can, for example, now also reach this guy if I wanted to. Okay. Okay, so I think well, I don't know what to think. Now you have to be very careful, because this guy can steal basically the cards. Let's say I place, well, what I could do is I could place one guy, for example, here. My idea is maybe I can do an election. Damn, it feels so bad, everything, it's so hard to find a solution here. I wanted to get the abstraction ability, but you can only get that in industry. So I actually thought about doing an election, changing to industry. But now, the more I look at that, maybe it's not even necessary. I have 3 elders, which isn't terrible. So, damn, I just don't know what to do. I feel very, very limited in my options. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go here for now. Maybe I can I can do a library action next turn and increase my information, and then I could use these 3 elders a little easier. I'm pretty desperate already, to be honest. So that's my first action. I cannot spread. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is nothing else I can do. And so now we go again to this guy, and he has again the option to challenge the gods. Question is, does he want to do it? I mean, then he will not get the skin boat, but I don't think he tests it as he desperately needs this. So yeah, I think he will do it again. He's going to challenge the gods. He's totally fine. He's totally comfortable with the situation here. So he can do it. And he finds something he can use. And that is an artisan, which is great in your foundation, as we've already seen. So first of all, this is an ice age. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it's basically the difference, the contrary from the cooling. So we got to draw and check for a possible Milankovitch cycle, which isn't the case. We don't have that symbol twice. So now we can use a single water somewhere and basically freeze something. I don't know. I mean, hard to tell. What do we want to do here? I don't really see many options to do a lot of harm. Maybe I can take this thing away, but that, I don't know. I mean, it's not terribly bad. What about this? Yeah, maybe we want to take this and place it. No, actually, it's an ice age. It has to be the other way around. What about this? That's not that great either. Got no clue, man. Ice isn't terribly bad at the moment for the yellow one, for example. You can simply navigate around it. Maybe we can somehow destroy a space where you could easily build a city or something. I mean, yeah, that's maybe here, right? I'm gonna place this one here. Okay, then we have the Hiawatha impact. So that is a big catastrophe. Honestly, I don't know where that thing happened. So we gotta search the card. You can see here these small yellow numbers. They show these big catastrophes. Okay, it's up here, right? So nobody hangs out there at the moment. So there is no effect from that. Okay, we have personal names here. That's a great card. I want that card. So yeah, I will bid on this card, and I'm gonna spend 1 elder. No. Well, actually, technically, this guy could outbid me. So I'm gonna bid 2. So I'm gonna simply remove the 2 elders. No one else can bid here. And that gives me the personal names. Once a tribe member has a proper name, he can, in a sense, be recreated in his absence. That said Julian James. So the Eureka effect is again a prayer, and we have to do that. Right, so that means this guy. And now I'm actually removing possible elders, right? Because everyone is in my free will. And the requirement is 2. We have that, of course. We are at 3. And now we can use this artisan thing, and we get another diversity. So I'm a little bit running away with this right now. So the artisan allows me to basically place a token somewhere where I need it. I'm at the point where it really feels like, hey, you know, I don't really need it anymore because I'm so far ahead, and everything I can get here, I could only go maybe for Eureka of the maritime options. So I think I'm going to go with that. Don't know, I might as well go here. And well, next I can do an invention. So it's kind of interesting for me is, do I want to even improve my library? I could go to the printing press, you know, while the others are still drawing on their cave walls. Okay, so I'm done with this guy. He basically plays his elders on these two cards. For him, there is not that much to gain anymore, right? He is in a very strong position. And these cards don't give him a lot of advantage anymore. So he basically waits now for the next epoch to start. But there are still 6 cards in there. Oh no, actually 5. But still a lot. And so it might take its time. So I think at that point I want to stop here, and right now it's not the most interesting game, simply because all the others are really struggling to kind of develop, and it seems, I don't know why, it's hard to tell, but yeah, the others all are so slow, while his engine is already working pretty well. But I mean, at least the runaway effect will now probably kind of stop, simply because there is not that much he can achieve during this first period anymore when it comes to technology or so. I mean, what he can do is he can challenge the gods and start collecting these diversity icons, and that is already bad enough. But apart from that, I mean, look at that. This is an empty an empty brain placard, so that's perfect for him. He's sitting here on 3 pawns, and he's just doing so great. Okay, well, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.